That's me, looking foolish for science. Hey everybody, Dave here. The Doppler effect has to be one of my favorite topics because it's simple, powerful, and explains a lot of things you see in your everyday life. So what exactly is the Doppler effect? Well, what did you notice as I drove my car by? As I approached, the pitch of the horn was higher, and as I passed by, the pitch of the horn got lower. That's the Doppler effect. In sound, pitch or frequency is how high or how low an object sounds to you. And that's determined by the wavelength of the sound wave. Sound waves actually travel by compressing and expanding the medium that they're going through, but I'll show it here as a transverse wave because that's what most people are used to. Now this wave would have a low pitch or frequency. And this wave, a high pitch or frequency. So as the car approaches, the pitch changes, not because the horn is changing, but because as I move towards you, the sound waves bunch up, the wavelength gets smaller, and the frequency or pitch gets higher. And as I move away, the sound waves get further apart, lengthening that wavelength and causing the pitch to get lower. Alright, if you want to do the Doppler effect at home sometime with sound waves, here's a really easy way to do it. Buy one of these little buzzers online, they're very inexpensive, and connect it to a battery just using some duct tape. Then if you get the wires connected to the right ends, you get a beautiful sounding tone like this. Ooh, there it is. Now what I've done is I've then connected this to a rope, and I'm going to swing it over my head. Yeah, do you hear that? That's the Doppler effect. But hold on, the Doppler effect is not just limited to sound, it also happens with light. Just like sound, light has a frequency and wavelength as well. But with light, we perceive different frequencies and wavelengths as different colors. In space, when an object emitting light is moving toward you, its waves compress, shifting towards the blue end of the spectrum. We call this blue shift. And when that object is moving away from you, its waves lengthen, shifting towards the red end of the spectrum, which we call red shift. Side note, you know that somebody is super cool when you hear them referring to something moving fast away from them as redshifting. Astronomers use this to study the movement of stars and galaxies in space. And do you know what we see when we look into space? Almost everything is shifted towards the red end of the spectrum. The wavelengths are longer, and the further away from us you look, the more shifted towards the red end of the spectrum something is. The universe is expanding, and not only that, it's accelerating as it expands. But why? What force is causing that acceleration? We don't know. Well, we know it's dark energy, but what dark energy is, we don't exactly know. Have you or anyone you know ever been caught speeding in a car? Well, you can thank the Doppler effect for that. Radio waves, a form of light, do the same thing as sound waves and other light waves. And radar guns use radio waves. So if an object is moving towards a police officer, when those light waves bounce off of that object, they're going to be bunched up. And the higher the frequency, the faster the police officer knows you're going. And have you ever looked at a weather forecast? Same concept. We use radio waves in what's called Doppler radar. This time instead of cars, we're bouncing radio waves off of water droplets. And if those radio waves are red shifted or blue shifted, we know which direction the raindrops are moving. I could keep going all day with examples of the Doppler effect. Sonar and submarines, my kids yelling as they ride their bike. I'll stop there. So that's the Doppler effect. Incredibly useful, incredibly simple, and incredibly cool. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. See ya.